ranch outside Alberton has transformed a gravel pit into a whole lot more.
Not a lot of people would look at this property and say, hey, we should totally make that a farm. It's been quite an undertaking.
Now, it looks pretty idyllic, but when Jill Demers and Jay Garland bought the ranch,
we had a caved-in trailer house, about 7 abandoned vehicles up in the pasture,
refrigerators in the driveway,
mattresses, an entire shed full of old paint cans, a dead deer floating in the septic tank.
They'd been living next door in a VW van and then a house they built when their neighbors looked to sell the 58 acres.
I knew we just had to do this. So that was more relentlessness and grit than it was fortune.
Now they've got a small regenerative farm up and running.
We're using goats, livestock guardian dogs to help kind of mitigate weeds, but also restore the soil.
The couple are first-time farmers.
42-year-old first-generation farmers is not sexy, and it's not well-funded.
And they had a hard time breaking in.
We could not get traditional funding. It was kind of a nightmare, and we literally almost had to sell the place as a result, so we got creative.
And that led them to agritourism.
Agriculture and the idea of a homestead life is having a moment.
This summer, they're opening up an eco-lodge to host up to 12 people. They were fine-tuning it when I caught up with them 2 weeks ago. Demers is a nutrition therapist and plans to host classes and, eventually, community events.
We just have always had this vision of having a farm, not necessarily to sell food for money, but for me more from an educational perspective, because I really see food as our deepest connection to nature on a daily basis.
And they hope their approach could help inspire others well past their property line.
I believe that this can create a new narrative with a new economy that will actually infuse enough money into our small farms in the state of Montana so that we can actually invest and make them profitable and keep Montana's farmlands in Montanans' hands.
The couple is always looking ahead, but sometimes they stop to look back at the gravel pit across the road and think of where it started.
It's sort of, if like a private project could be a Superfund site, maybe it would be or would have been, but we've really taken it and made it what we think is really beautiful and inviting, and we're really excited to open it to the community.
In Alberton, Caroline Weiss, MTN News.